Alright, we're here today to talk about the big fight last night on Showtime, doubleheader. Main event was Timothy Bradley against Nate Campbell. Timothy Bradley won by a third round technical knockout. The undercard was young prospect Devon Alexander against Junior Witter. First we'll start with Devon Alexander and Junior Witter. Devon Alexander was a young undefeated prospect going in, 22 years of age. Junior Witter was a veteran of 35 years old. He's only had 2 losses in his career before. A lot of people remember Junior Witter back in, it was like 2001. He was a young prospect. He was only about, well, I'd say probably about 15-0. And on 2 weeks' notice, he took a fight with, at the time, the junior welterweight champ, Zab Judah. And Junior Witter did good the first half of the fight and tired out, lacking conditioning, lost the fight. May of last year, he lost his WBC junior welterweight title to Timothy Bradley. His attempt to redeem himself. The fight wasn't very good. Devon Alexander put pressure on him, wasn't effective. Junior Witter did a lot of posing, throwing one punches at a time, grabbing and holding. Devon Alexander was ahead, and all of a sudden Junior Witter just quit. He says it was he re-aggravated a hairline fracture in his left arm, couldn't extend it. Whatever, it kind of was a do-or-die situation for him because he's not a big name. A lot of people don't really care for him. He has a style that's very hard to look good against. He's 35 years old, and his style is more based on speed and reflexes, and he ain't getting any younger. And I think he might have blown his last shot right there. Devon Alexander, though, I believe it was his 19th or 20th professional fight. He looked very good. Well schooled and stuff like that, and it impressed me how he didn't get frustrated with Witter's awkward style. So he probably gonna have a pretty solid future. I could definitely see him and Tim Bradley or was it Lamont Peterson? It's at 140. I could see definitely any one of them fighting in the future, even maybe Amir Khan. As for the main event, Timothy Bradley took it to Nate Campbell. Nate Campbell looked old. His hands were slow. His feet moved like they were in cement. His reflexes were shot. He looked like he knew what was going on, but he couldn't pull the trigger. I thought he kind of looked like that in his last fight against Ali Funaka, whether it was the whole weight problem or whatnot. He just looked slower. Maybe it was the weight problem in his last fight against Funaka. I think if he didn't get those 2 knockdowns, I think it was like one of the first few rounds. I think it was like the 11th or 12th round he got the second knockdown against Funaka earlier this year. If it wasn't for that, Funaka would have won. I think Campbell's, pretty much definitely at the twilight of his career. I mean, the guy's 37 years old. I felt bad for him. Basically, what's happening is Bradley was awarded the TKO victory. The referee stopped. He said it was from a punch. It's hard to tell. I mean, because the replays clearly show the headbutt. But I understand where the ref's coming from. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but I understand where he's coming from. He saw the headbutt. He didn't see blood caused from the headbutt. But afterwards, when Bradley landed a few flush shots with his right hand in that same area, which he did do, the referee did see blood. It's possible that the headbutt caused it, and that the blood just didn't come out. It's kind of a tough situation, especially for a referee. I think a lot of people aren't bringing that up. As for Campbell, I understand, but to be honest with you, he was looking for a way out. The fight probably will if, they are going to review it, just like they did with Rockman and James Toney 2 last year, when Toney was awarded the TKO. I believe it was the same round. And then a week later it was overturned by the board. I think Campbell, if it gets overturned or not, regardless, Campbell's days are pretty much up, I believe. I like Nate Campbell. He's a good guy, good tough guy, never quit before or anything like that, but he was looking for an excuse out, whether it had to do with the cut or he could see or not. He quit. You could tell, and and they were saying his trainer, John David Jackson, was saying how he wanted to continue and stuff like that. He never said that. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash Nate Campbell because I like him. He's a good stand-up dude and all, but he was looking for a way out, and if he wouldn't have, even if that cut didn't happen, he wouldn't have beat Timothy Bradley Jr. I don't care what he says about taking him into deep waters. He has all that experience. He was slow. He was moving in cement. He was behind. He was miles behind Timothy Bradley in speed. He he wouldn't have been able to catch him. He wouldn't have been able to wear him down. He would have got worn down himself. Possibly late round TKO. If there's a rematch, I agree with Timothy Bradley. It's probably just going to turn out the same way. Nate Campbell from here, I mean, if he doesn't get the rematch, he will get another fight against somebody. I'm thinking you might see someone like a fight maybe against Kendall Holt or Ricardo Torres, I believe. No, Torres lost his time. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably going to be one of those guys. As for Timothy Bradley, if he doesn't fight him, there has been talks of Timothy Bradley fighting. I believe it's this whole stupid interim titleist crap for his was it WO title he holds now. Interim champion is Lamont Peterson. It might be Anthony, but I think Lamont's at 140 and Anthony's at lightweight. That'll be an interesting fight. I definitely would favor Timothy Bradley. Bradley, though, you know, when I seen him fight Witter and stuff like that, it was actually, like, I mean, I've heard about him and seen a little bit of him, but I never really paid attention to him until the Bradley fight, the Witter fight. And he looked, you know, he won't duck anybody. He wants to fight the best. I mean, he realizes Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter at 140, and the top dog, the Ring Magazine champ, the lineal champ, too. But the chances of Bradley getting a fight against him just probably aren't going to happen. I mean, you know, Bradley's not a big enough name. Certainly capable of giving Pac-Man a good fight. He won't beat him. There's a good chance he'd probably get TKO'd by Pacquiao, but be an interesting fight. But he wants, you know, the rest of the guys at 140, and I like that. You know, he's not afraid to take challengers. He went after Junior Witter, and Junior Witter was a fighter that I don't care what anybody says about Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton ducked Junior Witter. I'm not saying Junior Witter would have beaten Ricky Hatton, but Junior Witter definitely has the style to give Hatton problems, and to be honest with you, I never thought Hatton. I don't think either of those guys are great fighters. I just think they're solid fighters. I mean, now we're getting on to Ricky Hatton, but I was never impressed with him. I thought his only good performance, I thought he did really good against Kasazu, and you know, but I always thought he was overrated to an extent. Not saying he's bad, but I just thought he was overrated. I'll get into that another time. But Timothy Bradley's looking like a young, promising fighter, like I was saying. When I was originally watching, I was like, yeah, you know, the whole Witter thing. And then when I watched him against Kendall Holt, the thing with Kendall Holt is Kendall Holt didn't throw enough punches. If Kendall Holt would have thrown enough punches, he would have beaten Timothy Bradley. But Kendall Holt's a natural counter puncher, so it is what it is, you know. But I'd like to see a fight with Lamont Peterson next. I wouldn't mind seeing the fight with Devon Alexander. Him and Bradley and Ricardo Torres would be an interesting fight. I like to see that happen. I don't see Bradley moving up to 147 anytime soon. If he did, a nice fight against Andre Berto, that'd be really nice. But overall, it was a pretty disappointing night of boxing. Both fights ended quick and just like, whoa, what happened? So, yeah. So, I don't know. Tune in next time. I'm going to be talking about the whole Floyd Mayweather's comeback, his fight with Marquez. I'll be getting down into the whole heavyweight mess with the Klitschko's Hay, and Orolo, getting a Pacquiao Cotto, and some other things. Alright?